हाँ सर।
स्टार्ट करूं? Hello everyone. Good afternoon. So once again, hello everyone. A very pleasant good afternoon to all of you, and thank you for joining this live session today. I'm Sanskriti Sharma, and I'll be your moderator for the day. So the Swedish Society for Nature Conservation, they initiate Green Action Week every year during the first week of October, and it is a global campaign. And their main aim is to promote sustainable consumption all over around the world. And this year specifically, they have positioned this topic with context to the pandemic, that is COVID, which is spread all over the nation and globe across the world. And they all want that people come and get to know about this topic more and know that how this pandemic is severely affecting the sustainable consumptions, how it is affecting the waste production, how it is affecting the waste management system. And it is very interesting to know that around 60 organizations from 40 different countries in Africa, Asia, South America, North America, they all are participating in this campaign. And today's live discussion will be basically based on the environmental issues, the global issues that are currently affecting our surroundings and our country more severely because of this pandemic. But before beginning, first I would like to thank Jan Judav for providing us this platform where we can represent our views, where we can exchange our thoughts and aware people about such pandemic situations, such serious global issues. So, as we all know, that COVID-19, it has spread all across the world. And according to a survey, it is seen that during this time, the production of waste has increased in a tremendous rate. Whether you talk about plastic waste, whether you talk about kitchen waste, or whether you talk about e-waste, but especially the sector which is affected is e-waste. And it makes sense as well because because of corona, we all have to stay at home. We are not allowed to go out. The students are not allowed to go to colleges and school. They all have to do online studies and stuff. People have to do homeworks, stay from home, and they do their work. So because of this, the usage of hand mobiles, laptops, it all has been increased recently a lot. And as a result of it, the production of e-waste has also increased. And it is reported that only in Kerala, if we see the places in Kerala, there about 400% there is an increase in the production of e-waste. Whereas if you see the places of Rajasthan, there is about 200%. And they have also predicted that by the end of 2021, alone India will produce among about 5.4 million tons of e-waste. The problem over here, or the question that arises over here, is that although it's good that it's not good, but although it's all right that waste are being produced, there are waste production going on, but what about its management? What about the recycling of these waste? What about the recycling of these e-waste? What about its management? Is it going in the same pace, or is it going at the same speed as the production of the waste, or not? Because it might not affect us right now, but later on it won't take long time. After 1 to 2 years, it can severely affect our whole society, our whole across the globe. And to discuss such serious issue and to elaborate this serious issue more, in the desk we have Mr. Suyash Patel. Hello, Suyash.
Hello.
Please introduce yourself.
Hello. I'm Suyash Patel. I'm currently in Pascal just for Paris, and here I'm going to give some discussion about e-waste we are producing, and especially in this Corona crisis, there's a huge amount of e-waste that's going to be produced this year. So I'm discussing about the consequences, causes, and some prevention we can do with it. So that's why the topic e-waste. I want to explain what are e-waste. In our country, we usually hear of different types of waste, but it's rare that someone talks about e-waste. It's just this year, this corona crisis, so the electronics demand of electronics has increased a lot. So we are here so discussing about the e-waste. E-waste are those electronic devices and wires which are of no particular use to us, but it can be used it may not be useful for us, but can be used by some people who are not who cannot afford lots of electronic devices which are too costly in the corona crisis for their online classes or work from home. So the foremost thing I think is to we should just donate our things which we think we are not which is not useful anymore for us. This is the most important thing in this corona crisis, that we should be united. And you might have noticed that, but most of us, there are a lot of e-waste we also don't know which that we should that is e-waste. I want to give an example. I myself was not knowing much about it. It was a pleasant holiday, so I decided to clean up my waste from the room. And among all the waste, I was in huge doubt that my all anything electronic items, that what should I do with them? It was not useful for me anymore, and neither I never gave it to anybody. So it was a complete e-waste. So I thought of recycling it. But when I researched furthermore about it, I found that many companies who claim that they recycle e-waste doesn't exactly recycle. The stat says that only 12.1% of the total e-waste are recycled. However, it is proved that all of the 100% e-waste can be recycled in any form. And it is very important to recycle e-waste because e-waste contains all the types of devices like your computer screen, TV screen, mics, headphones, and these types contain chips and motherboard, and there are several elements which can be toxic. They cannot be left anywhere like just live and go. So we need to take it out so that it cannot toxify our environment. Many people might clearly be not knowing that most electronic gadgets we have that substances, toxic substances like mercury, lead, chromium, cadmium, and very much toxic substances which can be harmful for our air and water. When we exchange a TV with a new one, we generally think that it may be other use, but it is of probable that it would be sent to a recycle factory, which most do not recycle, but they extract the metals like gold, copper while burning them. These, uh, these e-waste. That burning produces a lot of harmful chemicals also, and heavy particles such as hydrocarbons, which could be really toxic for air. And if they put them down in the water, like lakes or ponds, it will be much more toxic for those who drink the water. Also, these toxins will end up in water and soil, causing water and soil pollution, which is also a huge problem nowadays. Ultimately, poisoning air we breathe, the water we drink, and the soil we crop. So, I just want to be people aware of this e-waste production. So, I want to share some points which we can do. We should just avoid throwing broken, outdated devices. We can just donate them either to anyone helpful or either to any mechanic who could somehow use it. But we just dump it in our house or otherwise any factories or somewhere. And also, we can, most importantly, make aware people of it. This is the most. Because, look, I had an incident. Just it was pre-corona crisis when I heard few group of people talking about taking snacks from a fast food center. There I saw a man taking out his hand sanitizer. So he was cleaning his hands before taking that food. Other people laughed at him that he is taking alcohol in his hand and then eating. Directly meaning taking intake of alcohol. But when everybody aware that sanitizer has to clean in this corona crisis, everybody are using. So it is the most important to make people aware. If everybody will be aware of e-waste and the harmful things it could do, then everybody must take care of it. So it is the major point. Making aware is would be my best choice to give and recommendation. And particularly talking about this year, the pandemic is made completely and partially shut many institutes, many schools, colleges. So most of them are working from home and taking on classes. And taking on classes, they need mobile phone, working from home, they use laptops and gadgets and equipment. Many. So production of electronic devices is increased. So has the e-waste will also increase. Not in this year, maybe in next year, or maybe this year too, we get old ones. So I think we should donate those devices or old devices to those who can not afford all these costly devices, so that their children could even learn from online classes, or they could also work on. Like I have an old PC, uh, very old, maybe 7 or 8 years old, and I'm gonna donate it to a family with the father wants work online, but so he has phone and laptop, but for his children he cannot give him the phone and for the online classes. So I want to donate that to him. So this will be really helpful for him. I also want you to cooperate like in this such act. So uh, I end my talk so as far as I want to. So please help each other and donate. Please don't produce much more e-waste.
Thank you, Suyash. That was very informative. So, as earlier I was talking about the production of e-waste, there is a tremendous production of e-waste, and it is also noticed that there is also a large amount of consumptions of plastic waste. Or specifically, if I should mention, it's about single-time use plastic waste. And single-time use plastics have made a big comeback at a global level right now in this pandemic situation. And according to a recent survey, it was also stated that the amount of plastic waste that were produced last year and the production of plastic waste, which will be this year, which will be calculated at the end, would have a difference of approx 9.4 million tons. And the contribution in this year's plastic production waste would be of single plastic matters would be of more than half of its contribution will be there. So there are many organizations that are working at a global level currently to find some measures to use this plastic or to recycle them in some useful ways in the manner of road, or recycle them into best out of waste and things like that. But there are many organizations which are proposing or which are requesting to ban such plastic items. These plastic items basically involves the gloves that we wear one time use once, the sanitizer bottles. But in this situation, there are, these things are also needed by us. So what about if we ban them? It won't help us in any good way. So it is a very serious issue at a global level. And to discuss this and to intricate it more, in the desk we have Ms. Tanushree Shukla. Hello, Tanushree.
Hello, is my voice available? Okay. Greetings to you all. My name is Tanushree Shukla. I'm 18 years old and I'm a NEET aspirant. Today I'll be talking about single-time use plastics should be banned. The urbanization, technical revolution, and the tendency to ease every process has led us to the usage of plastic in such a way that they have become an inevitable component in our daily life. From a tiny pen to huge containers, plastic possesses the lion's share. If we merely take a look around us, we will find a large amount of objects having plastic content in it. Every year, over 8 million metric tons of plastics are dumped into waterways and they find their way to the oceans. You probably have heard about the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, a land entirely made of plastic and already bigger than France. Let us talk about some simple questions. What are single time use plastics? These are the plastics which are not decomposable. They are used only once and then thrown away or recycled. Items like soda bottles, water bottles, plastic cups, plastic plates, and most of the food packaging material. Why are these harmful? These are harmful because it takes more than 5,000 years for the soil to decompose it. If eaten by any animal, it can cause death. And also, these are the most popular polluting agent in oceans, landscape, and also soils. Now, the question comes, why these items should be banned? With rising global concerns like global warming and climatic changes, plastic waste management and plastic pollution has become a focal point of worry. As these are not decomposable, the world is trying to find measures and strategies to lessen their use. Now, most of the South Asian countries have become the dump yards of plastic, which is not only degrading the environment but is also choking the human health. The ban not necessarily means that it will cease the use of one-time use plastic, but the ban means that it will reduce the individual's share in the usage of plastic. Now the question comes, where does India stand regarding this issue? Last year, our respected Prime Minister Narendra Modi on October 2, 2019 imposed or announced a ban on single-time use plastic. He has set a goal to eradicate single-time use plastics from India by 2022 and has also urged people on the 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi to stop using single-time use plastic. In the first phase, Indian government will spread awareness about the harmful effects of plastic. In the second phase, the government will collect all the plastic items from the people, and in the third phase, they will recycle all of it. Most of the states in India have banned single-time use plastics, Himachal Pradesh being the first. Now, what is the global scenario? Coca-Cola is one of the is most plastic polluting company. You can followed by Danone, Nestle, and Mars. These four companies produce more than 6 million metric tons of plastic each year, and 3 million metric tons of plastic, almost half, is produced by Coca-Cola. It has been given the position of most plastic polluting company in terms of plastic waste audit. Now, most of the countries in world have already banned single-time use plastic, Rwanda being the first, which banned single-time use plastic in 2008 when we were even not thinking about this. Dhaka, the capital of Bangladesh, is one of the most polluted cities in the world. When monsoon hits and the waterlogging goes on in the city, the sewer gets plastic logged. In 2002, Bangladesh became the first among the first country to ban plastic bags due to the problems in sewer and plastic waste management. Now the question comes, what are the alternatives? Okay, banning something is not an option according to me. Rather than finding an alternative can be. Now most of the people think that paper bags can be an alternative to plastic bags, but it is not. It brings us to a greater problem which we are now facing, that is deforestation and more climatic changes, because paper bags are made from should be brought to the government by my voice is available. Okay, sorry. I was saying that according to me, the alternative should be brought by us young generation by giving a negative feedback to the companies producing these plastics. For example, in India, if you buy a biscuit packet, there's a two-layer protective covering of plastic in that biscuit. So if you go to a shop and you buy these biscuits, take out the first layer of covering and give it to the shopkeeper in the shop itself. And this will give a negative feedback to the company that we don't want a two-layer covering. We only want a one-layer covering that is doing the same work. Second thing is, milk packets in India should be replaced by recyclable milk bottles. Third thing, jute bags should be used in the grocery shops. In my locality, there are many shops where plastic bags are banned by the shopkeeper themselves. And environmental conservation is a critical aspect that every country should now prioritize. It is important for every nation and its citizens to get that what things are degrading our environment and our precious culture. So at last, I'll conclude by quoting Mahatma Gandhi on his birth anniversary that cleanliness is next to godliness. We have to make and create a viable environment which is sustainable for upcoming generations. Also, I would quote again Mahatma Gandhi that be the change you want to see in the world. I have stopped using plastic bag. Have you? Thank you for listening to me. It was a pleasure speaking.
Thank you, Tanushree. So our main aim for today's live session, as I already told you, was to bring people to see such serious problems and to aware people about such serious problems. And one of the most serious issue that is becoming a hot topic nowadays is about the kitchen waste. We all already know what kitchen waste is. We already know that how we can use it to convert it into manures for our fields and all. In many villages, small towns, these practices are already going on. But what about the big cities and metro cities? Already we know a lot about this topic, but still we lack at some or the other point about the management over it. We can learn more from the villages and apply these systems of making manures at our cities as well for using this kitchen waste. But the point where we are lacking is the guidance and is a knowledge about this topic more. And so to get some more knowledge and to throw some light on this topic at the panel, I have Mr. Anmol Sharma. Hello.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everyone. Improper handling of social waste is a health hazard and cause damage to the environment. The main risk to human health arise from the breeding of disease vectors like flies, mosquitoes, and rodents. Solid waste are ideal breeding places for pathogens. Improper disposal of solid waste has resulted contamination. The environmental damage caused by waste is mostly aesthetic in nature. Uncontrolled damage destroys the beauty of the country. This is a danger of water pollution when the dump enters surface or groundwater. Population explosion, rapidly industrialization, and trend of urbanization have resulted in massive migration of people from rural to urban areas. As a result, thousands of tons of waste are being generated. Municipal solid waste include industrial, commercial, and industrial agricultural waste, etc. Municipal solid waste, highly percentage of organic waste, more than 90% of this waste were sent to unscientific landfills, creating problems to public health and environment. Kitchen waste is organic in nature that decompose quickly, producing foul smell and attract rodents and insects. Management of kitchen waste reduce or eliminate adverse impacts on land, contamination of the atmosphere, soil, and water. The aim of the present study is to convert kitchen waste into useful products for better growth and quality of crops so as to promote sustainable waste management. To solve this problem, compost can be used to solve the problem. Composting is biochemical process in which organic materials like biological degrading result in the production of organic by production and energy in the form of heat. Heat is trapped within the composting mass, leading to the phenomenon of self-heating that is characteristic process. It is an ideal way to recycle organic waste from our homes and communities. Proper management, compost piles will kill pathogens. Compost will provide nutrition to the plant, not only nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus, but also the secondary and trace elements. Compost also improve physical property of the soil, such as drainage, aeration, ability to retain nutrition and water, both on sandy and clay soil. Composting an environment-friendly, economical procedure of organic waste disposal. Moreover, in comparison with mineral fertilizer, compost produce significantly great increase in soil organic carbon and also plant nutrition. Sustainable agriculture can be defined as a set of practices that conserve resources and the environment without compromising human needs. And the use of organic fertilizers such as animal manure has been indicated as one of its main pillars. The review assessed that the potential and end-use and sustainable market for the organic residue processing of kitchen waste materials through composting, reducing the environment risk by transforming the material into safer and more stable products suitable for the application to the soil, and also reduce the transportation cost. Compost materials are therefore gaining acceptance as organic fertilizers in suitable agriculture. And there has been a considerable increase in research dedicated to the study of the effect of compost on soil properties and plant growth. On many farms, the basic composting ingredients are used as kitchen waste. In conclusion, management of soil waste reduce or eliminate adverse impact on the environment, human health, and support economic development of the better quality of life, the productivity of agricultural land and soil quality needs. The poor farm management technique and improper use of agrochemical have also resulted in both soil quality and environmental degradation. Vegetable waste provide good amount of nutrition for inhabited microbes. They are neither pathogens nor concerned with human health. However, they are prone to strong odor during decomposition. The aim of study is to convert kitchen waste into a useful product for better growth, quantity of crops, and thus low-cost technology has economic, environment, and social relevance. No chemical used in the produced process do not have any residual effect after application. Thank you.
Thank you so much, all of you guys. It was a very informative session. So I guess that was it for today. And although the topics that we have discussed today were very basic, we all have some of the other knowledge about it, but we tend to forget these topics in our daily lives. So it is necessary that not only we read and get knowledge about these topics through books or through we keep our knowledge limited about these topics at a theory level, but it is also very important that we implement all these things in our daily life to overcome such serious global issues. So once again, thank you everyone for joining this live session, and I hope you all stay safe and sound on such a pandemic situation. Thank you everyone. Have a nice day.